I remember I had become an elder, and I had surpassed my own children's lives. They say that parents are not supposed to see their children succumb to the reaper in old age. Like, that's not supposed to happen. But for the first, I remember, besides my first, I saw every single one of my children go. I lived past them. After about 1,000 years of life, it was customary to have our elders sit on thrones, and our family would adorn us as we sat on our thrones, breathing our last breaths. We would sit in a meditative state for decades, maybe even another hundreds of years, breathing, barely moving, barely alive, in meditation. I saw my family from once we were 1 to 2 to 3 to 15 to 100 to 1,000 to 5,000. And I could see Shaitan weaving its way through my family. I could predict this very moment that we're in today, fueled by jealousy and wanting more, desiring their urges, never to feel pain, never to have balance, never to be coaxed, but to be coaxed by everything that is material. I saw this happening as I was sitting on my throne, meditating, taking minutes to breathe one exhale, as my family and my great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren came to adorn my throne and my steps with offerings, gold and gifts, which was once a practice for gratitude and, to be honest, the idea was to, if no one was around, that if the elder was on the throne that was in the process of transitioning, they would use the food that was offered to sustain their life if they were to ever wake up from their trance of transitioning, that going away process. But I could see how my children and their children and their children, this tradition became a very superficial notion so quickly. It still wasn't as bad as it is today, but it happened so quickly. And I knew that I'd have to come back. I was concerned for my children, concerned of what would happen to the world. And here we are today. And I remember one of my families, my great-greats, had a child. And it was such a peculiar thing. A child, one of my children's came upon my throne bearing an offering. And it was me. Somehow I managed to be in a state of transition while a new physical avatar of my consciousness came before me, as if my state of transition was almost uncertain and blotchy, just as my memory was like a child's, fluid. A baby came before my throne. I was staring at myself. I remember. And from that baby, the connection of me seeing that baby and that baby who was I seeing me, transference happened. The one on the throne transitioned and the baby became renowned, celebrated as a new age. And for thousands of years, when babies were born who could remember who they were in the past life, they were celebrated and honored. From that very moment,